Hey everyone, it's Caslow and welcome back to my channel. It's time for the next segment of my RPG Club playthrough of Star Ocean, the second story. But before we get started, what is the RPG Club? I've been an avid listener of the podcast The RPG Years, and its predecessor podcast The RPG Golden Years, and RPG The After Years. The podcast focuses on RPG reviews and news. They regularly do a community event known as the RPG Club. Imagine a book club, but for RPGs. They break up a community-chosen RPG into digestible chunks, usually about 5 hours, and discuss those segments every 2 weeks like a book club. If you want to check out the RPG Years, you can find a link in the description below. As the team leaves Centropolis, they encounter a young reporter who runs away at their sight. The team then runs into her again when they arrive in North City, once again running away. In North City, the group meets with the director of the Cynard breeding facility, who takes DNA samples from the team to create the perfect Cynard for them. However, something about the DNA causes the created Cynard to go on a rampage and destroy most of the facility. In light of this, the group is granted permission to tame a wild Cynard in the protected Crimson Caves. Inside the cave, the team once again finds the young reporter who is running from some enemies and drops her ID card, identifying her as Chisato. Deep in the cave, the team protects a wild Cynard who is protecting her young. In gratitude, the Cynard befriends the group. With Cynard in hand, the group returns to Centropolis. But before they get to Null, the group returns Chisato her ID card. She's grateful and agrees to join the team as our last party member. Then, speaking with Null, the team is tasked with visiting the 4 symbological fields of need to acquire the source of Need's power, the true nature of symbology. He then hands over a rune code to unlock each of these fields. First up is the Field of Strength, a snowy mountain full of tough enemies, capping off with a fight against a guardian before acquiring the Orb of Strength. Then comes the Field of Wisdom, a maze of teleporting squares. Solving the puzzle leads the team to the Orb of Wisdom and a fight against the Guard Hand. The team then visits the Field of Courage, which is a cave system that goes in a straight line. The gimmick here is that you must go forwards, and if you turn around backwards, you take damage. Halfway through, the team discovers the statue they must place at the end of the field, drawing out a guardian to defeat before acquiring the Orb of Courage. And finally, the Field of Love, which requires the team to cross bridges in a certain order to cover them in flowers. Making it to the Orb Room, Opera is captured by an underling of the 10 Wise Men, but defeating her grants the team the Orb of Love. And each time the group acquires one of these orbs, Rena and Claude have flashbacks to earlier parts of their lives. Returning to Null, he informs them they're ready to assault the 10 Wise Men's stronghold, the Final Tower. The Expel party members wish to contact their loved ones, but are informed of Expel's destruction. However, Null thinks they may be able to pull the old Expel through time to the present, just before it was destroyed. But they will need to retake Final Tower first. Null then escorts the party to the headquarters of the Need Defense Force, a former aquarium turned military fort called La Aqua, to use an aquatic creature known as the Harash to get under the dome and into Final. And that's it for this segment of Star Ocean, the second story. The game is starting to lose me a little bit. I found myself really not caring about the story during the Cynard bit, and our direction to receive the 4 orbs. We really went on a lot of side quests to get ready for the finale. Speaking of, I guess the final dungeon is Final? Get it? Final? Great pun there. Chisato has been a fun addition to the group. She's kind of like a monk with a gun, and she also has my favorite victory pose. Also, I just realized, outside of Ernest and Claude, my entire team is women. Claude got himself a harem. Now, the Guardian bosses caught me off guard with their last stand mechanic. They take a new form and just start pounding AoE damage. Luckily, I was able to use my Sword of Life skill to keep damage up while healing Chisato and keep doing DPS. But it appears we've hit a point where we can't do private actions for a little bit, so I'll be loading an old save to do those and then catch back up and prepare for the finale. So that's it for this segment of the Star Ocean, the second story RPG Club. If you want to follow along with the club, be sure to hit that subscribe button to see new videos when they're posted. Additionally, if you want to check me out elsewhere, I have links to my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord in the description below. See you all next time.